And he's just doing comic books now. He's awesome, isn't he?
Well, we had on our show the great Nick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac that had a guest shot.
He was a fish, right? He was a fish.
He played the fish. Yeah, he shaved his beard that he had for 30 years but basically to play seafood on the show. And he had one word. He beamed in with his fish head, and he had one word, and the word was food. And he couldn't remember it. He couldn't remember it. And they finally bought a card that said food on it. That's what he was doing in the 60s.
Okay, question over there.
Going back to the comment about West Cadet and Crusher. Back in 1988, Jonathan Frakes came to an Atlanta convention called Dixie Track. Thunderous applause.
I wanted to come to that, but my grandmother recently.
He's doing his talk and he mentions Will Wheaton, and it is answered with a cascade of boos and catcalls. I was there, and I would want to publicly apologize to the entire room for being part of that, because we did not know that the character was so poorly written, and it was not your fault, because you, sir, are made awesome. What was it like meeting Mr. Roddenberry for the first time?
What does that say?
Food, it says food.
It was a callback, a second callback, and I was so excited to be here because I was such a huge Star Trek fan that I blew the audition. I just couldn't get over it. I couldn't get past it, and I don't know why, but they let me come back in a second time to sort of like have a do-over, which never happens. We were I felt really close to him. I'm still really close to his son, Rod, and I were really good friends. Kind of son.
Oh, okay. I kind of remember most because, see, I had not watched the original Star Trek, and I didn't know who he was when I auditioned the first couple of times, and I think I was the first woman, or maybe the first of anybody to audition. And I wanted to do this play with Linda Hunt, so I had said no. And I remember this one night I had a call after I turned it down twice. And he said, "Hi, this is Gene Roddenberry. I'm sitting here in my jacuzzi, and I just wanted to convince you to do the show." And it was this weird conversation, but we actually ended up, like, we talked about religion and all sorts of, he really would love to argue with anybody. And ultimately, I did the show, and he was pretty interesting, amazing man. Yeah.
It is, but you didn't ask me, did you?
I remember meeting you when I came out of the trailer after that audition.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do.
And we knew each other from New York. And she was like,
I really don't remember. I know I met Gene several times. Maybe the most memorable was he was very nice to me, always. We were invited to his house to parties. He had the most bizarre parties, and he really did. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And but at one time I sat next to at a table with Ann Jeffries and Robert Sterling, who had done the TV series of Topper, which I grew up watching. I'm thrilled to be
great
there.
series. Oh my God.
You know Stephen Sondheim a couple episodes of that show when he was 19?
Episodes?
Of Topper, yeah.
What was the Civil War like, guy?
Network neutrality. reality. Anyway, to continue boring Will, Gene, well, it had to do with the makeup that I wore on the show. I mean, we didn't know, they had no idea. Gene had said to me when I first met him, would you be opposed to altering your appearance? And I thought, ears, whatever, you know? I said, sure, that'd be fine, you know, thinking it was going to be something simple. And I had like 35 makeup tests that in every hue, every color, I was bubblegum pink, I was battleship gray, I had white hair like Billy, well, like me. I had long hair, I had short hair, it was every combination you can imagine. And they put them all back to back on film, and we took it in to show Gene the whole array of colors and characters. And the first one came on and he went, yeah, that's fine. And that's the one you saw for 7 years.
I love that story. Oh yeah, another question.
It was good. You know, it was meandering, but you brought it back around the end. Yeah. Through to the next round.
Yeah.
Okay. All four of you, awesome at everything that you do. My sister Stanford. Question for Brent. One of David's hobbies on TNG was painting.
Was what? Painting. Yeah.
Do you paint? Are you a painter?
Yeah, let's hear it. Those are your paintings.
I'm a very, very fine painter. I know, actually, not that I can remember. I don't think I'm a painter. But I have nothing against
House painter.
painters.
Just house painting.
It's true, we'll paint your house.
Yeah.
You have to do a good job. I'm sure you haven't seen these, but have you guys seen the YouTube edits where like Data's painting, but they make it look like he's painting a gigantic penis on a horse? And then they cut in all these scenes, and it's so funny. Then they cut in all these scenes of all of us like leaving scenes. It's like we all walked in, but Data's really proud of himself. And every single cast member was just like, whoa!
I love the image of Will sitting in his office by himself watching.
It's on the airplane, it's everywhere I can possibly go.
We still have nothing in common.
Okay, next question.
So I know that y'all don't really keep up with, you know, the latest comic books and books and stuff, so...
Excuse me.
The future president does.
I'm sorry, but you weren't at the panel yesterday. And I was. I was wondering, my question is maybe for Brent, and I was wondering if you were aware of the fact that last year you were talking in a panel, you were talking about how you felt that it was really human that, you know, Data sacrificed himself at the end of Nemesis, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that. Data was my favorite character. And I wanted to know if you were aware and your thoughts of that in a recent comic book, Data was actually resurrected. I don't know if that's canon or not, but you know, it was published. It says School Lasting on it, so.
Wow, resurrected.
Yeah, he's alive now. He and Spock talk about what it's like to be dead.
You know what? I just wish John was here for this moment. He would say something, man, Data. He would say, well, Data is Christ-like. That's what he always says. Clearly, he is, if he got resurrected.